Here we have one of our electric lift telescopic drum rotators. This model is suitable for lifting 205 litre steel drums, and the adjustable band can handle all the way down to around 50 litre drums at 350mm diameter. So we've got a full drum of water here. I'm going to first of all move the unit towards the drum. The band's already open, and then that will go around the outside of the drum. So I push the unit forwards. Make sure the band's around the drum, the unit's fully forwards. I then come to the front, take this ratchet strap and bring it around the front, connecting it onto the other side of the band. I then have a ratchet here. We'll show you a close-up of this a bit later in the video. So we tighten that around the drum, and we then have this rim clamp here. There's a second securing method. The rim clamp is particularly useful when you have plastic drums which are very slippy, and it prevents any slipping of the band by securing the top of the drum. On the control panel we have a lift button, so we're going to lift the load up. I'll show you how high the unit can lift, and then we'll lower it down and tip into the silver vessel there. So we've reached the pressure relief, we're at maximum height. I'm now going to lower it down, approach the vessel, and then we'll tip the contents. So I'm going to bring it forwards. This model's got power rotation, so it's got an electric motor attached to a gearbox to allow us to tip the drum. I'm just going to move it forward slightly, and then we'll begin to rotate. We'll turn it with the powered controls. And then lower down. The power controls are really useful when you're raising drums up to a height where you can't reach. But if you want a manual unit, we can also offer a gearbox handle which you turn by hand. We can also offer this model as an ATEX model, so we can have a pneumatic hydraulic power system. And this is for ATEX areas where you need equipment for zoned areas. This video is showing how to connect the universal drum band to a steel drum or any other drum. First of all, we've passed our ratchet strap around the front of the drum and hooked it onto the other side of the band. We then take the strap through the ratchet, taking the loose end and pulling it towards us. This takes out any slack and ensures the band is as tight as it can be manually. We then take the ratchet and tighten it up around the drum. It needs to be tight, it needs to be snug, but it doesn't need to be over tight. Once done, pull this clip and store the ratchet in the closed position. The second step is to attach our rim clamp. We put this against the drum, take the top hook over the top lip of the drum, and then we tighten down this wing nut. Once tightened, this will support the drum, and should this band move at all or slip against a slippery sided plastic drum, the rim clamp will keep the drum in position. This is the universal band. To take a drum out of it, we loosen off the top rim clamp by undoing this ring nut. We then take the top section off so the rim clamp is clear from the drum. We then take the loose handle, hold on to this, pull this lever to position the ratchet out and pull it all the way round until it clicks. When it clicks, the strap will be loose. And you see that loose strap, we can then disconnect it from the other side of the band, and because it's loose, we can bring it around and remove the drum. Looking again at our universal drum band, this band's adjustable for different drum diameters. At the moment, it's set up for a drum of 580 millimeters in diameter, but we can reduce this down to 350 millimeters. To adjust the band diameter, the arms are sliding, so I can pull the arm towards the other one, and I can also push this left arm towards the centre. We then need to take out some of these plates, and we do this by holding in the centre and removing these two pins. We then take one band in one hand, one band in another, and pull them apart. We bring them across and slot it into the next set of holes. We then take our pin, refit it in the two holes here, and we then have the band with a smaller diameter. You can see this section of band is at the back, and there's other holes here, so we can adjust the band at a variety of diameters depending on the drum we plan to tip. You can see now if I pull in this smaller drum, this drum's empty just for an example, you can see that this smaller diameter, the drum is on the centre line of the gearbox, and we can then attach it with a ratchet as shown in the previous part of the video. With this model, we can handle many different types of drums. This is a 220 litre Mauser drum. What we're going to do now, we're going to lift it up, but we're going to take it from a pallet. Now this unit has a straddle width of 850 millimetres, so it can go around this Euro pallet and pick up the drum from it. With an 850 millimetre straddle, you can also pick up drums from the corner of any pallet. First of all, move it forward to around the pallet, get the band around the drum. Once again, taking our ratchet strap, securing it around the front, and tightening around the belly of the drum. Then attaching our rim clamp. As I said before, slippery drums, the rim clamp's really great because it just holds the drum in position all the time. Then lift up off the pallet and pull the unit backwards. We'll now remove the pallet and show you tipping into the vessel. We're now ready to tip into the vessel. I'm going to continue to lift up, move the unit slightly closer to the vessel, then I have a rotation control here. Can lift up if needed. So we have 180-degree rotation, so we can get all the contents out, rotate back to the vertical, and then move the unit away. We're now looking at the control panel of the unit. We offer units for all different countries. This control panel is in Dutch, so you see the stickers are in Dutch. First of all, take the key, place it into the unit, and turn it into on position. Going through the panel, we have a battery indicator showing the level the battery is charged to. It's important to keep the batteries in a fully charged state when the unit's not in use. We have an emergency stop button. Push down and this will cut all functions of the unit. Simply lift it up to reset the unit. Here we have a lift button and a lower button. Simply press the button to lift the load and press the lower button to lower. We also have a rotation control where we turn the rotation control to tip the drum. Let go, the drum will stop. Turn anti-clockwise and the drum will return. Once we're finished with the unit, turn off the key.